really well.
Some pros say you can lose a game. The first wave in a certain lane, or lose a lane game, or lose a lane game. It all comes down to position. It's all comes down to position. Nova support. Nova has been so good at that.
I'm going to move towards the draft very shortly, of course. It's the gang of three become a gang of four. It's the gang of three become a gang of four.
Arc Warden has it joined there now. Arc Warden has it joined there now. I was actually bring up what has happened in the next Fear Eternal Envy stack. Actually ended up Eternal Envy stack. Actually ended up already out of it. Then Arc Warden lost to a Pangolier. Out of it. They lost to a Pangolier. Discussing his Pangolier. So we're discussing his Pangolier. What's going on to this Arc Warden? What's going on?
I mean, that was the key to getting him out of lane, getting on
top of him in the mid game, especially.
The problem I always have with the Pango is like I just see him showing up to lane with Arc Warden and like.
He's bad in lane. We've known that for a while. Yeah. But if you're going to draft around him, then it can work, can't it?
It feels like it worked for them. Apparently, they just beat a TI winner in open qualifiers with it, and you're just some random guys, so it works out. Oh no, this Arc Warden here, I don't think Secret will give PSG LGD this, right? Or do you think?
I don't know. Both of them play it, right? I do believe mid one plays Arc Warden. I don't know how high they
Nisha also plays it. Nisha does too.
Yeah.
I did see it's actually PSG LGD does have first pick, so I don't think they'll first pick it, but if it gets left to that second pick, and it's not banned, for sure.
Who plays it on LGD?
Doesn't Ame?
Is it Ame?
I thought so.
I'm not sure. I haven't seen him play it too much.
He plays a lot of Troll Warlord.
Yeah, a lot of Troll.
A lot of Troll, a lot of Terrorblade.
Yeah.
A lot of Spectra.
So like if you could pick, you would probably play Terrorblade. But
yeah. Or maybe even Spectra. I think he really loves Spectra.
Yeah.
On the flip side of this, of course, Secret have been probably the most diverse team in the last couple of weeks in terms of drafts. I know that they were practicing a little bit in Hamburg, and they were saying, well, we're trying stuff out, and we're trying not to go too stale, and we don't want to give too much away. And there's all those kind of mind games, but genuinely, the brew has been working. You know, it has been something that they theorized that it would be okay, and now it is. It's there. The LC, not so much, I guess.
Yeah, the support LC.
Quite work out.
I wouldn't pick that anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, and that was a 5 LC as well. So.
Yeah, people are copying them, right? Like even
that was my point. Is that they seem to be setting the late meta of this patch.
Yeah. EG copied them. Played the position 5 tiny, but it had like no impact at all almost. Whereas like whenever a Secret plays it, it just looks super strong.
Yeah. No, only.
I wouldn't pick that anymore.
Yeah.
And that was a 5 LC as well. So.
Yeah, people are copying them, right? Like even
that was my point. Is that they seem to be setting the late meta of this patch.
EG copied them. Played the position 5 tiny, but it had like no impact at all almost. Whereas like whenever a Secret plays it, it just looks super strong.
No, only.
And that was a 5 LC.
That's what my
point is that they seem to be setting the late meta of this patch.
EG copied them, played the position 5 tiny, but it had like no impact at all almost. Whereas like whenever a Secret plays it, it just looks super strong. At all, almost. Whenever a Secret plays it, just looks super strong.
Secret is definitely like their
Santa and very heavily I'm just wondering how, like, the thing with Santa is it seems, I don't know, I'm just thinking about his stampede stuff, and like, you can team fight in two ways, right? Like, you run at them or you kite them, and it works both ways, and he's strong in lane. Like, I would think the team would like both these things perfect better.
And it's a save too, right? You got his Agon Scepter, like 60% damage reduction.
Exactly. So we might see people like Enigma might want to like go up a little bit higher, and the same with you might see them play Void.
It's so scary though. You have FY and you have Yapstor. You like first pick Enigma, they're definitely gonna go Rubik, and you're gonna probably be very scared to use the black hole.
But I mean, Secret runs it more like they just buy like Crimson Guard and stuff. He like never even uses
It's just a tank.
kind of style. Yeah, he's just like tank, sit in the lane, don't leave the lane, just make him pressure. I don't know. I agree. I think Centaur and Enigma would be the two like heavily favored here in this match.
Yeah, we've got the so I'm guessing he's sitting there going, Growl,
Yeah, and Rubik with Enigma, like please 5 black holes again, yeah, please.
yeah, that was pretty good. So what was that? That was
Refresher, shard.
yeah, Orb Shard plus
2 refreshers and
then
one
a stolen
shard.
black hole on the other side with a refresher.
That was
Amazing. Yeah, that was bonkers. That could also play its part in this game as well. We've got probably one of the best Rubiks here. Certainly the guy that they pick it on a regular basis if the other team do get the Enigma.
I mean,
Because they've got Yap still.
we have 2 of the best Rubiks. FY, like the refreshers and one
then
the original Rubik. God, yeah.
Yeah, FY God, for sure. And then the Enigma has been played a role. I mean, there are so many, it feels. It's almost impossible to ban against both of these two teams. So what strategy do they have? Do they go to this LGD, do they look at it and go, we're just going to focus Nisha, for instance? Like Johan said, try and get rid of his, narrow his pool.
I mean, that's what I'm curious about, right? Because you just had like, I think Secret had a 5-day break. We're talking 5 days. Like no one really knows what they could pull out. Like it was actually 5 days off, and who knows what they were like concocting in their actual room. Like they might bring out, who knows, a random position 5 drow or something like VP accidentally did. But I think you just, I don't know, you definitely have to focus on one aspect of the game, but I think you focus on yourself first. Like get the heroes you want. Don't overthink like banning out the other team. Just get a strategy you like.
Yeah, and stick to it. Like don't ruin your draft by trying to like do some funny picks.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up because that could happen to Secret. Like they could go too far. You might end up with like a puppy position 5 Enigma with Jabs playing Earthshaker or something, and then like they're just going to be very stale in lanes and how they move. Like that could happen to them.
You can definitely outdraft yourself. Like there's no doubt. Puppy has shown that before. He's outdrafted opponents and himself multiple times.
Happens to so many teams in the lower bracket too. They just outdraft themselves and then like all these heroes.
Those were slightly differently. I mean, this is more because of the theory crafting around it. The other drafts felt a bit more like a reaction to what the other team were doing, didn't it? And you're like, oh, well, they've done that, so we need to do this now. And then you end up with a kind of broken lineup in a way that doesn't fit together as a team. It's rare you get a puppy lineup that doesn't at least fit together.
Yeah. I mean, how I'm expecting this to work out, like one or both teams should like try to get the other team to pick a hero they've been thinking about. Like that's usually how it works out. So I'm expecting, like one of these heroes, we're going to be, they gave them Terrorblade or whatever. But like they're going to have thought of something.
Right.
Yeah.
Like that's the easiest way to do it. Like you give them something you know they're going to pick, and then you deal with that.
I wonder if that hero will be the Arc Warden.
Or the Lycan against the Arc Warden. I know both teams like Lycan.
I thought Lycan was fine.
The
I did not
really
think that
good
loss was their fault, like at all in that TNC game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was when they played in. I don't know. I think Lycan is a pretty decent counter, like that 30 to 40 minute mark where you just run over. Even he was versus the Centaur that game too, and like Lycan's pretty good versus Stampede. He's keeping up with the Stampede, like the one hero that can.
You're even faster. Like even if they run away, just still bite them.
No, that's not right. You don't want to play Lycan versus Centaur. Like
you don't want to. It's not terrible.
You know what happens, right? Like. You're chasing the support, they stampede, they're over here, then you're here with Lycan and your team is here.
And you're just by yourself killing like a position 5 Enigma or something.
You're just in the middle of everything by yourself. So at Centaur, like, I don't know, like right now, if I was drafting, I wouldn't really know what to pick versus that guy. I just know you need lockdown, like you need to be able to...
Well, what about Nyx Assassin? Everybody that runs away gets stunned. Something like that. But Nyx is not really...
Nyx Assassin versus Centaur, I don't know, Black, you're really reaching here.
Nyx is... not bad against Centaur.
It's alright.
Because everybody that actually, runs through it with Stampede, they all get stunned.
Oh, but Centaur has a laning phase and Nyx
Yeah,
doesn't.
and Nyx doesn't do anything.
Yeah, Nyx does nothing in lane. That's always going to be the problem.
I mean, he has an 80 damage done. Pretty good.
So,
That's hard to hit, yeah. Oh, that's a bad hero.
He'll be coming out with Invoker support next. I mean, I'm just waiting for it now.
Cold Snap against Centaur. He can't
See?
stun.
Told you.
He thought about it.
He has
thought about it. This is what Black does. That's why he's sitting here and not playing up there. I'm just kidding, Black.
Wow.
Why are you
DM
laughing,
being
Pi?
thrown.
it was a little delayed, but that was,
I'm going to drag you into this if you keep laughing.
quite.
It's all good. Why don't we take a community question as well? We've got a number of questions that have been posted throughout our threads as we wait for this first draft. This one says, where's Batrider? Seems to fit the meta. No team's picking him, though. We've seen it a couple of times in certain situations. I mean, he's situational. That's the point, isn't he?
Yeah, occasional last pick when it's like super good.
You have to be careful because you really want to win the laning stage with that guy. And sometimes you pick him and you think he's going to win the lane and he doesn't win the lane, then the game is just over. Sometimes you pick him, like they only have one pick left, you're like, oh my god, he's so good versus all these heroes. Then they just pick this one hero that like in the laning stage just follows him and you can't move.
Yeah, he's definitely a 10-pick hero now. Like, that's what Batrider is.
Yeah, like a very
that's how I
cheesy
feel
kind
about
of hero.
Yeah. No, I don't know, maybe I think there's a lot of insta stuns being picked up too, and it makes Batrider harder to play. Like, he's a pretty bad team fighter, and you just go in there, you get stunned, and you die. That's usually what happens.
Because that's what I feel. It's either you're playing for the laning phase or you're playing for a team fight.
Yeah.
And Batrider like only fits into that laning phase, and there's just heroes that do it better. It feels like.
Yeah.
Could you get away with using him as a support?
We
Doing just that.
I mean, we've old Team NP used to love playing that. So
Exactly. No, he
could.
But then I guess the argument is that there are better supports. I mean, you've got to go a long way down the list before you kind of run out of. No, we're at Batrider now.
No, you
for
have to be tricking them in some way, forcing a reaction.
Okay, our draft is about to get underway.
Oh yay!
Is LGD's coach there? I haven't seen him. Yeah. Have you seen LGD's coach?
He's probably back there somewhere.
Yeah. I can't
By the way, I just want to say thanks to Maybe for putting Maybe on his shirt
Yeah.
rather than that other disgraceful word that he uses. sometimes.
Somnus. Don't say the word. Somnus M.
Right. So LGD are first pick.
Yep.
Yeah.
They chose that.
All right,
so
Centaur's
they
gone.
wanted it. Yeah.
Centaur and Enigma gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a surprise.
You have to ban. I mean, that's the problem when you don't have first pick now. It feels like you have to ban Cent and IO. Like, that's what it
I
feels
think
like.
the Wisp gets through, by the way.
Oh,
I really do.
No, that's a classic thing to do. If you
Yes.
have a few days to prepare,
Yeah.
like both teams are really picking.
We
it.
can do this against Wisp, and then suddenly IO comes and like, okay, let's do this what we prepared, and then you get run over, and you're like, all right, let's ban them next game.
yeah, it just feels weird to like leave the IO because you're like, I got a strap, but then you just lose to, and you're like, well, what was all this preparing we did? That hero was,
Guys.
I don't know.
100% picked or banned. 72 bans,
That's
5
nuts.
picks.
I think they ban it right here.
Yeah, that's what they're thinking about right
It actually lost 2 games out of 5.
now. Yeah, it did. Yeah. And it can't win games on its own. Oh, it does
Well,
get
there
banned.
it's gone.
I actually think those 2 heroes will get first banned by whatever team has second pick. I think those are the 2 best first pick heroes in the game.
Yeah. Well, now there's still an Axe though. There's Tiny.
Yeah. There's Zax, there's Tiny, there's
Terrorblade.
There's Terrorblade, there's Arc Warden. There's plenty still left in here for funds.
I want to see a PA by LGD or Secret. It doesn't matter. I just want to see a PA.
I mean, I want CPA, but I don't expect it.
I've heard PA Dazzles have been dominating pubs lately. I know it's just pubs, but I've heard, I mean, it's like high, like, rank 100 Immortal games, and like this PA Dazzle lane is actually insane.
Yeah, you just throw out a poison, throw a dagger after 3 seconds, the
So
poison
good.
gets reapplied, and it's like
Only-
200 damage.
If you want to talk up PA a bit, like it's actually, she's become a cooler hero since she got the 3 dagger talents.
Yeah.
Because you actually become kind of an AoE teamfight hero.
I still think you need a Magnus though if you pick PA.
helps.
Otherwise the hero is just like too slow. You need like all these items.
Isn't that the problem though with PA right now? You need too many other things that can get banned and
Yeah, but if you have a Magnus in your team, it takes care of your weaknesses. You can become like a really snowbally hero.
That's
but you
kind
need a dazzle.
Well, you don't need a
Magnus.
dazzle.
No, but you do if they're going to be ideal, right? It's those 3.
Yeah, I mean if you want to like
think
be
so.
100% perfect, yeah. But
Axe gone.
Axe is also gone.
Yeah.
It's a little bit surprising, MGD. That just shows they're not that comfortable with it.
It's probably gonna pick up a Tiny then, no?
I mean, the Tiny is getting more and more valuable because a lot of these, like easy to play stun heroes are getting banned out. So, like,
It's a relatively first safe
Phantom
round 1
Lancer.
pick as well,
they
isn't it?
It's only
PL
terrible.
I've seen PSG LGD do this in their qualifiers where they ban the morph and they will just overall first pick the TB if it doesn't get banned for Sims. I think it's Tiny or TB.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Secret wants to pick like an Arc Warden or something like that. If they ban like that.
They go TB here. No, they go Tiny.
All right. I'm pretty
Okay,
sure
it's interesting though, because it leaves Arc Warden and TB and they won't pick both of them.
Yep.
So therefore, the Tiny pick actually makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, and it's also because a lot of stunts have been banned out.
it will come down to like how confident you are with the hero, honestly. Like TB counters Arc Warden counters TB, they're like really good against each other. It just depends on how confident you are with the hero.
Only 39% win rate here at the major.
So many of these losses come from this core position one tinies.
Not one so much when doing it.
Oh, there you go.
Arc Warden.
There it is. So LGD effectively have been theory crafting for the last 4 or 5 days on how to be the Arc Warden.
Yeah. I think it's very obvious they wanted to pick that though. They banned the Centaur and the PL, like two really strong cores against him.
I think we're going to see that a lot today. I think for the 6 teams play, I think I haven't seen TNC play it yet, and I haven't seen VP.
TNC plays it, but they're not specialists at it, you know.
Yeah. I mean, Gabi plays a pretty good Arc Warden.
Yeah.
I don't know how good
it feels like if you're not a specialist on the hero though, like you only bring out 80% is not enough.
Yeah.
You like 3rd or 4th pick, you don't first pick it. Like
yeah, exactly.
Here. The funny thing here though is I think Arc Warden started being picked as a Terrorblade counter, but like thinking about it now, it's like Terrorblade is like the best.
They're good against each other, right? They're good against each other because TV pushes out all these lanes. It basically like just does what Arc Warden does, but better.
Yeah.
Like you split these lanes way faster than Arc Warden does.
I mean, I'm interested to see what they think because either they'll TV here or they'll save it and pick one of these more like less common carries.
Yeah, like
a Lycan maybe.
77% win rate.
Pretty good.
77 matches, 10 wins.
Not bad.
What do you guys? Is Ogre falling off? I mean, we've seen first pick, but it feels like teams have actually moved away. He was like getting overall first pick for like a couple of tournaments, and even in the beginning of this tournament, and then it's like whatever. Yeah. He just feels like he's a good laner, and then afterwards.
And the thing with him, like even in lane, like he's good, right? But he's not.
It's not great.
He's not the he's not the best laner. And then like he has absolutely no team fight. And like those are his problems, obviously. But he kind of has this Magnus effect where he speeds up your carry's farm with Bloodlust. He's like very annoying to play against with like when you can't burst him as the enemy team and he's just this 5 running around.
Very good against Arc Warden because the bubble can't protect the buildings, obviously.
I mean, that's the thought, right? But on the other hand, I don't know, like laning a Pugna versus an Arc Warden.
Mid-late game, it's not fun for Pugna. This illusion runs at you or this clone, and you can't do much. But I actually like this Ogre much better as an offlaner when you have like another position 4, like an Ogre Shaker or something. It's like way stronger than this position 5 Ogre for me. And I think it had the most success in the recent meta when it was an offlane and not position 5.
I think Moonmander play a lot. I mean, you just get like tanky items and you just go in and like people want to focus you. That hero's like unkillable. It feels like if he farms.
There you go, Crimson Guard. I mean, he has a 90 damage talent.
Actually, I'm wondering with this Pugna, like you meet the clone, right? And you decrypify it and you drain it.
Yeah,
do you just kill it? Like
early game, yes. But mid-late game, he's just gonna like nullify you and you're dead.
Yeah. But if you're picking a Pugna, you probably don't want to go 60 minutes anyways. So.
They're looking to push the tempo here. Right?
It might also just be pressure off lane. You know, Pugna Tiny should on paper destroy an Arc Warden lane.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
No, because I think LGD are gonna Ame plays a really good Lycan. I think they're gonna look for these Lycan Embers and they're gonna build a lineup to just crush this Arc Warden.
They just play really fast.
Really fast with like
TNC tried.
Yeah, and with like a hero that can kill buildings through the bubble.
But more polished, probably. Yeah. They do ban out the Nature's Prophet. Yeah. Zai loves that hero.
Both teams are liking a bit in team fight, but right now I think they're more worried about like losing the lanes too hard and just losing the game that way.
I think Secret is really worried right now about just getting pushed down, or maybe not. Banning the Spectre.
Yeah, I mean, this is a classic case of counter. You're like, all right, so what counters Arc Warden? What's the worst? I don't want to play against Spectre. All right, he's gone.
My Spectre gone, PL gone. There's only a handful of carries that are good against him, and they're not like very meta right now.
And it does feel like PSG LGD is just doing their own thing. They just want to play super fast tempo. Either they win the lanes and win the game. I mean, there's only 2 picks, but when you see Secret, how they're banning already, you just don't have an answer to Arc Warden.
Curious to see. I mean, because this is interesting. Like, both these teams have a lot of days. Like, there are no surprises. Like, at least for LGD, No surprises here. Like, I've been talking about this.
On paper, maybe he has like a lot of heroes that are good against Arc Warden, like in theory, like Storm, like Ember, but they're not the strongest laners, and mid one is definitely going to punish him.
Yeah, mid one has the last pick too, so he'll get to choose the matchup.
Like if they pick an Ember or Storm and they just like reply with a Monkey King, it's going to be so damn hard for him.
That sounds like something that could happen.
Is an Earthshaker removed?
Yep.
They could also just do something like Lycan and just give maybe like this middle carry kind of hero.
I mean, if you look at these bans though, like a lot of the good stunts have been banned out. Like a lot of the even Chaos
CK,
Jesus Christ.
The support CK?
No. I've heard core CK destroys Arc Warden.
Yeah,
from what I've heard
it does.
from people.
It does.
Yeah.
Because you have this Blink Strike.
But then you're a CK and like, I don't know, that hero.
Earth Spirit.
Oh.
Oh yeah, there we go. They got the stun.
Yeah, I mean that was the Earthshaker replacement, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Stun and team
That's what they wanted.
Honestly, a good Earth Spirit just feels like he can do everything.
Yeah.
Like he can save, he can kill, he silences you, he disables, team fight.
The only problem can be the lane. Like there's some lanes you're just standing there, you want to roll, you know, but every time you roll in, you either die or you run away with 50 HP with a fair fire.
You need a self-sufficient laner, right? Like you lane him with like something like a Weaver, just put him in that lane, you know, then he can roam around, do stuff. And
yeah, Weaver. He's not bad, right?
I think there's two conditions with an Earth Spirit, right? You need a middle hero that can actually threaten the enemy if he rolls on you. And you need to have, like what you said, like a self-sustainable laner, so he doesn't have to be there.
Actually, the Weaver should be getting picked up by Secret Hero their next pick. Like,
yeah.
They're going to be kind of low in team fight, but I don't think it matters that much. Makes perfect sense.
The top picks from SAP there. Winter Wyvern, Bane and Silence are all three very good picks. For
Silencer,
both the meta and for LGD as well.
LGD's using a lot of their bonus time.
All of it.
15 seconds left. Phoenix.
Phoenix is the outside one. Yep.
Doesn't strike me as particularly good. They already have Ogre, Arc Warden, and Earth Spirit is quite good against the two.
You needed a team fight though, right? Like they pick Earth Spirit and all of a sudden, because they're like mirroring. Like neither team really had that biggest team fight besides Pugna, and then one picks up Earth Spirit, and you're like, well, we have to get a team fight.
I feel like Earth Spirit is way scarier than Phoenix. Like Phoenix, wherever he eggs, this Arc Warden is just gonna kill him.
Probably.
Yeah, especially with Bloodlust.
Yeah. I mean,
Bloodlust plus Bubble. Any hero in there has like what 150 bonus attack speed.
I kind of like the idea though. It's this idea of you just going on them, right? Like the Phoenix is gonna go in, and then the Tiny's coming, and hopefully they have some.
But they need some like something that actually makes use of it, like something like a Faceless Void, something like a Storm that can actually use the distraction. But their army actually likes to play Faceless Void too, which is not too bad against Arc Warden as well.
That's alright.
If you get this like Shadow Blade, you can assassinate him. That's the Weaver. I mean, Void would honestly make a lot of sense now, like, even more than before.
Yeah.
Agreed.
You might, the thing with Void, like your lineup might just farm too slow. That's what I'm worried about. Like when this Arc Warden, he's gonna get his items. Yeah, there we go.
Go
for it.
Because I like it. I like it a lot.
I agree.
We already spoke about it like in the first phase.
Yeah.
Yep.
And this guy plays like the best Lycan.
And Weaver honestly does nothing against Lycan. Ogre does nothing, Arc Warden does nothing, and Weaver does nothing. Only Earth Spirit is a bit annoying if you get stunned, but
that's a good thing. Lycan doesn't really like. He may not win his lane super hard, but he never loses the lane. Even if it's 2v2 or even if you just send him middle, like once he gets like level 2 in his passive, like no one does anything.
You have too much
He's
region.
kind of he's the perfect sackable lane hero, isn't he? Because you just let him get on with it.
Yeah, then you just get like a head risk. You have like permanent 13 HP region. And like 80 damage to last it. So they do ban out the Storm. I would have really loved to see a maybe Storm here, but nope.
Yeah, they might actually put the Tiny mid and then like really try to win this game.
It is possible, but it's like super all in.
Underlord ban.
Underlord ban. Really good against the Lycan, of course.
It's kind of odd to me.
I mean, I think they're either gonna pick like some Ember kind of hero, some DK, or they're just gonna put a Tiny mid.
Yeah, the Underlord is a little bit of an odd ban considering they've already picked the Weaver.
I guess it does kind of say they just want to push early, right? I mean, that's the one hero that can really just get in there, stop you from doing that.
Yeah, that's actually a thing to think about. They have, like, Secret have no wave clearing abilities, really. Like, they can't sit in base and spam spells.
Yeah.
Like, when LGD push, they're gonna have to fight them.
Or
That's just how
also
it is.
FY Naga Siren.
Well, then they probably would lose, but...
Yeah.
Would you actually like a Naga here? Or
No,
are you memeing?
no.
Okay.
I would not like a
I'm
Naga.
just
here.
memeing
I'm
right
just
now.
making sure. I'm like,
Something. I would want something with a stun or Tiny mid.
Stun and middle, alright. Well, but is that...
I don't know. They're going for the idea that they kill buildings through the bubble. Like, they want to finish this game. Like, they want to finish this game between 25 and 30 minutes.
What's good for mid one here? Like, actually for the game. Like, they could pick Invoker that crushes Leshrac in the lane, but it's not good for the game.
Nice, really bad against Lycan.
You can also take the Monkey King.
Could take Monkey King.
Monkey against Lash is not too good, I think. It's quite tough to lane.
We've seen him play in side lanes too, though.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's not called mid one anymore, he's called side one.
No, actually, Arc Ward and Earth Spirit, I think they can,
you can
kill
put
this Leshrac really
yeah.
easily. Yeah, so they might just do that. Pick the Monkey King. Yeah. But then even then you're against a partner.
Oh, is Kunkka really that bad here? Not like, I mean, he brings team fight, gives you actually catch versus Lycan. No,
Kunkka's alright, yeah.
I like it.
Gives team fight. Honestly, Arc Warden, the weakness is that the clone can die really quickly and the hero, but if you have the boat effect on you, you have these two heroes that just can't die.
Oh, I like that a lot. It's good. I mean, the only hero it's kind of bad against is Phoenix, but...
Bristol!
Whoa, goodness. What are we talking about? I don't know.
Like and counter.
Sorry, guys, what draft were you watching?
What?
I mean, it's a typical Lycan counter, right? It used to like always be picked against Lycan in almost every game, just to lane against him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they're doing.
Zai Bristleback.
Oh, so it's Weaver mid?
Yeah. It's a Yapzor Earth Spirit, Zai Bristleback.
No, I think it's a Silent Weaver.
Oh, I don't know, but like I don't know if...
Where does the ogre go now?
Silent Weaver and Arc Ward mid, I think. Would make the most sense. Because you pressure the Lashrac.
Yeah.
So Weaver is mid one?
Yeah, but he's going to play a carry, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, Nisha plays middle Morphling as well, so
he does. He knows the matchups.
Yeah, he was a middle player too.
So they're definitely used to this.
All right, this is hype.
Well, Twitter reckons it's a 73% favoriting of Team Secret.
I mean, I'm going to go for the Secret too. I actually think this Lashrac is going to feed middle against his Arc Warden plus Earth Spirit, and then he's not going to have a game.
I think this game all comes down to like Zai. Zai is super. I mean, Bristleback and Zai are the exact same. They're either feast or famine. You either die like 3 times in lane and your game's just over, or you just take over and you're unkillable. I think it actually comes down a lot to how Zai lanes.
I like. It all depends on how. Yeah, this lane matchup versus Lycan. I think he should be fine though. So I think I would go with LGD. I think they can pull this off. I don't think this Arc Warden is going to do that much in this game.
I agree. If I had to pick, I'd pick PSG LGD. I think they have better team fight, and they have better lanes even. I mean, Tiny, that's the one good thing about him.
Yeah.
He doesn't lose lanes, support or like middle. He just does not lose a lane.
Okay, both of you on the LGD.
I'm a Secret.
You're a Secret.
Yeah, I think the Lashrac actually is going to be a non-factor as well, just because of the lane should be terrible for him. So, yeah.
Right, okay, those are the 3 predictions from our panel members. All 3 have predicted. It's a split decision as far as the panel is concerned. As we head into the first game of the day, ladies and gentlemen, it is right around the corner. Your commentary team are ready.
It brings a tear to the eye every time I see that wonderful intro, and every time I get to cast in Malaysia. It has been so long since I've been in this beautiful country and get to cast in front of a live audience. Kyle, I'm glad you're with me, man.
Me too, man. This is my first time. I don't think we could have got a better game to start things off. We had different twists.
It's not our predictable. But it's like our Terrorblade and PL. We can sort of ignore you. Like one of you guys can be banned, but we get a different draft. We get a Lashrac. We get a Bristleback. We were bouncing through the draft, actually wondering, like, okay, how's LGD going to play this once you first phase a Pugner as well?
There's a lot of different. I mean, it started off a bit stealthy, right? Like, oh no, not again, Arc Ward, Ogre. But Lesh, Bristle, like these are 2 of my favorite and most played heroes. I think they both fit what both teams needed in this sort of lineup.
Yep.
A lot of the prep days, off days rather, were spent conceptualizing how do we beat an Arc Warden, and I would compare it to a Tinker in a lot of ways, in that you need to take down his towers, limit the map, so that the constant clone wave spam doesn't just force you into your base. And LGD is just somewhat all in on that concept, and it's going to be really cool.
It's kind of funny because we were bouncing it around a lot. I know, like, between the analysts, where it's like, okay, how do we kill it off? And we're mentioning things like Phantom Assassin, like, okay, like you can just kill the clone instantly this way, but this is a whole different way. It's like, okay, you'll never reach that point. You'll never let the Arc Warden get the double Midas farm, which I think we were saying before, you can't contest it, right?
No, the issue with Arc is that he's going to shove your lanes. You can't pick carries like PA that even though you have good matchups, it's like Slark, right? BSJ was like, I mean, we could see it. Like, no, we won't, BSJ.
It's Slark. Come on.
It's not going to happen.
That guy's in the trash right now, but let's get into the game. Game 1 of this best-of-3 winners bracket semi-final. The first major of the DPC season. A lot of points up for grabs if you get through. Guaranteed top 3 position, and it escalates the points as you move up every single slot. Not to mention the money.
Yeah, I think this mid matchup is going to be very key. I think Ame is going to be going up against Weaver mid, which is I'd say a split matchup. But the Lesh, to me, we haven't seen Leshrac in how long, but if there was a guy to play it, it's going to be maybe.
It really is. I'm actually wondering like if they even keep these lanes, if we start to see that lane rotation. The panel was talking about mid one maybe even taking this to the side lane and playing it more as a core and allowing Nisha to actually jump towards the middle, because like they're both very familiar with both sides of the role. Like Team Secret don't lock their safe or their mid lane. Good luck, Weppers. We see you on camera, our observer for today.
Oh, they're actually both teams.
This morning.
Both teams are swapping. Well, they're going to put maybe mid, getting a read that, I don't know, they have to expect Weaver there, so we'll see.
We're not going to get many of the runes, though. While they're doing this swapping, in comes Team Secret, looking towards Chalice. The rune's already picked up, and trouble for Chalice. He went for the tree toss. No stuns, no space to be created. Zai moves forward, and they've found first blood. Team Secret open it up, and it's the local boy, mid one, who spills it.
What a fitting way to start off this bracket stage. It's so key on a Weaver as well. It's a very fast bottle he'll be able to pick up, and maybe does win the block mid, but so hard that, you know, there's no glyph anymore on that initial couple of waves. So this isn't as big of an advantage as it used to be, because you can't really double wave effectively. So it's just going to be a trade. Meantime, Phoenix going to rotate back towards bottom.
Yeah, so we actually get a little bit more of our stable lane. So it will be Ogre and Arc Warden bottom to work against the Phoenix, as well as Lycan, giving Lesh and Weaver into the mid, and that leaves Zai as the offlaner. But FY is going to do his best to try and zone him out as the support, but that's why Yapso is there to rotate and make sure that they can get close enough to at least threaten the support and stop the free farm of Chalice on the safe lane. Because this was the other toss-up, right? Like, who's meant to be winning this top lane? Does Zai have a really good lane against the Tiny when you include the Pugna factor?
I'd say you end up trading here. You might see some kills. It'll probably be a bit chaotic, but you get so many stick charges to a Tiny Pugna that they can constantly spam spells. So it's very difficult for a Bristleback to ever like really win this lane.
With the